I saw a video on TikTok the other day, and it was obviously rage bait, but it wasn't. But it was still funny. Sorry, God, and it was least political games. So if you want to play a game that has no politics in it, but in the sense of like the way that some right-leaning people tend to view politics in games, just being a woman. Like no politics in games, and it immediately cuts and it says Fallout, and I laughed so hard, and then I realized it was bait, but and because the next one was BioShock, and I was like, okay, but it was really funny because the clip they showed was of Liberty Prime like stomping around with a laser. I was like, that's so funny. It's really funny. But anyways, I am drinking this sparkling water called what?
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. It's the Good and... Could you imagine if we were sponsored by Good and Gather? The Target base brand. Guys, we're sponsored by Target.
That'd be crazy.
Good and Gather brand.
I'm down with that.
It's strange. It's Dr. Cherry... hang on. It's Dr. Pibb, Mr. Pibb Extra, Dr. Pep... No, sorry. It's Dr. Cherry Vanilla Sparkling Water, and it's caffeinated. It is everything that is in a soda that isn't the sweet part. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You get mixed reviews here.
I don't like it.
It's delicious. You should go get it. I'm not sponsored.
Go buy it.
Go buy it right now. We're sponsored by Good and Gather.
We're not.
Spencer, what are you making?
I'm making a cardigan for our nephew.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the Maddie and Saban? If you're watching this, get out of here. Is it the dinosaur one?
Mm-hmm.
That's really cute. They're not watching this, but I had to make sure.
Leland, if you're watching this, get out of
here. Leland, get out of here, dude. I have spent all week editing.
You
That's
have.
all I've been doing. Except playing Eberron and Descend. Mm-hmm. Other than that, though, I've been editing Dungeon Delve, which is up by the time this is up. It is out. I don't care what the status of whatever it is tonight. If it's dog shit, I'm uploading it. I don't care. It's half done. People are like, Jacob, the last half of this video,
black screen.
It's black screen, audio. People occasionally pop in. There is no green screen. There's no key. They're just the green screen behind them.
The wrong green screen.
I'm just like, oh, I'm done with it. No, at the very least, the main edit is done. So the only thing I have yet to do is record like my parts that I'm putting in. So it would still make sense. It would just abruptly end. It would be like, you guys beat the Tomb of Horrors. Yay.
That'd be funny though.
That would be funny. There are so many funny bits in that video that I can't wait. And I'm really sad because I think another part of what I'm going to do tonight is cut a lot of stuff out of it because
you have
it's too long. And they'll live in the VOD. The VOD's going up. The VOD's going to go up on the channel. Mm-hmm. And it's already up if you're watching this. And there's all of the funny is in it. But like, there's so many bits that are just so freaking funny. The one I continuously cry laughing at is when Jack picks up the second key and you get afraid of it. And you're like, Buck, or it's Chuck, put that thing away, all right? I can't look at that, all right? And then I make Emma has to roll again, and Jack's like, oh, what, this key? And then Emma fails, and I'm like, oh, you failed. She turns and goes, ah! and then it goes quiet. She's like, you all hear, and you're like, you're shitting yourself. She's like, guys, I'm really scared of that key. And you're like, I felt kinship with you, but no longer. Oh my God, that kills me every fucking time. It's really good. I'm excited.
It's a lot of work, so I'm glad you're getting close to the end.
I'm so happy with it though. I'm really proud of it. Like it's so fun. It's great. I don't know if it's gonna perform well at all. But I'm proud of it. I'm happy. It's great. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Other than that though, I don't have anything planned for today. We had a bunch of... We've been planning stuff recently.
Bits.
Yeah.
I'm doing bits and stuff.
It's time to hang out.
The new player's handbook came out, but I don't want to look through it yet.
Yeah, we already talked about D&D last time.
We did.
Wait, what? No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
Last time? Mm-hmm. When?
We did. Talked about D&D a lot last time.
No, I just went through the timestamps. The only D&D things we talked about were dragons.
Yeah. Spelljammer. Talked about it.
That's not D&D.
counts.
That's our campaign. There's a huge
counts.
difference between that.
Counts.
It doesn't count. So we can't even talk about our campaigns?
No.
Well, then fucking figure it out, Spencer. What are we doing?
I don't know. Let's talk about what did you do the questions?
I did. Yeah,
We could do what we've been up to. What have you been up to
I just said.
besides that?
But I haven't been doing fucking anything else except hanging out with my kid.
You've been watching some videos.
Yeah. While I was editing, I was listening to Smosh. They played Dread, and they did like an alien thing. I don't remember what it's called, but I was listening to it, and it's pretty good. About like halfway through it, and it makes me really want to play Dread. It's pretty cool.
Dread's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool that there's nothing except a Jenga tower. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's about it.
That's so much fun. I love that. It's very cool. It's a fun one shot idea. It's very much like 10 candles in that light, but it's even simpler. Yeah, it's even simpler, which is fun. So, love it. It's very cool. Halloween's coming up. You never know.
No fire alarm on that one.
That is still really funny. You guys played 10 candles while we were on our honeymoon and set the fire alarm off. Fire alarms are probably for a good reason, but are too sensitive. And it's probably because they were new. When we first moved in, every single time we cooked something in the kitchen, it was going off. Yeah. Unfortunately, I had to rip it out of the wall. All of our other ones are fine and they work. But when you have a brand new baby and who needs to sleep, and every time you cook food, it's beeping and going off. Yeah, I'm not even like high smoke count. I'm like, I'm just going to turn the oven on, or I'm going to turn the stove on.
The bad thing about it is there were 3 downstairs, and since our kitchen and our living room area, it's kind of like more open. If one went off, it would set the other 2 off. Yeah. And then I think it's, eventually it's like, oh, well, we're all 3 of us are going off. This is a big fire. So now the ones that are upstairs are like, we're also going to go off.
Yeah. It also freaks me out too because we have like the sprinklers. And so I'm afraid that the whole house is just going to get destroyed.
The sprinkler is a flame has to touch it.
Yeah, I do remember that, but it does give me anxiety that it's going to happen anyways. They're going to be like, oh, it's been going on too long. That means the fire isn't going.
The only thing that freaked me out about that is when we did the walkthrough of the house. They're like, so in case of a fire, if a flame reaches this for a certain amount of time, they will release water to attempt to put the flame out. Yeah. But this water is it sits in like a.
It's nasty.
It sits for so long that he was like, the water could come out and it might just be like black.
Yeah. That's how it is in most buildings. It comes out and it's nasty. That's what those are.
Yeah. All those are just little.
Yeah. I try not to think about them. I'm like, that could just blast this whole room. Well, I don't want to think about that.
I mean, at the point that there's flame touching it from a fire, your house is pretty fucked. So
anyway.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
But we do own like fire extinguishers and stuff, so hopefully if
you are aware of it,
you're aware of it, we could put it
out. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's been enough time. We could probably look at some questions.
One of my greatest fears is the dryer catching on fire.
Oh yeah.
Every time I start the dryer, I am afraid that it's going to explode. Yeah. But we have recently cleaned our dryer out, so
that's valid though.
What you been doing?
Nothing. Yeah, I in my own trenches essentially, but
for sure.
Yeah, I don't think anything too fun. I don't think
you're gonna have a fun weekend though.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
This week is gonna be insane.
Yeah, this weekend's gonna be fun. We're gonna go up to LA and we're going to take Jack to see the midnight for his birthday.
That's so fun.
A belated birthday.
That's so much fun. I'm glad you guys are doing that. That's great.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll see what kind of trouble we can get into, and I think I'll be a lot more excited on Friday.
Yeah. Well, especially because right now it's like
today's crazy.
We have this, and then tomorrow we're pre-recording Strixhaven, and then Wednesday we're doing Zelda, and then Thursday we're doing Dungeon Delve, and then Friday you're leaving, and it's like fuck. So
I think today is going to be the worst day.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm just jam-packed pretty hard.
Damn.
Like, not even just that stuff. Like I have other things that I was really fucking slammed with. And
did you get to take your nap?
Too long.
Too long,
but yeah, no. I think I don't remember telling you guys that, but if I did, I told you that, and then I woke up like less than an hour ago. And I think like maybe at like 3:10, and I was like, I get the fuck out of here.
That's funny.
That's a pretty good nap. It's like 2 hours.
Oh no, yeah. Honestly, I really needed it because
yeah.
I was up till like, I don't know, 2 a.m. fucking with shit. And then I sat down on the couch and going, okay, I'm gonna take a minute and then maybe I'll go back to it and see if the render's done. And I was gone. I don't remember falling asleep. I just hit it and then I woke up at like 7:30 from like the sun coming in my living room and I was like, oh, what the hell? That's done. I'll upload that.
That's funny.
It worked out. Yeah. Other than the campaigns we've been running, that's the most fun I have every week, which is weekly. So it's more fun than most people have.
Hell yeah.
But not much.
Yeah, the game Eberron on Friday was super fun. It's a great time. We had an Albert there. It was super fun. And that Descend was also fun. I thought it was. I prepped that game going, well, they can't all be winners. And I was like, this game's gonna be fucking bad. And I was just like, whatever, we'll just do it. And it worked out. It was fun. I had a good time.
Honestly, that's a mantra everyone needs to take.
Yeah,
when it comes to when you come to like long form content, you're making like hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
Maybe a drop in the bucket can be kind of
That's how I felt. I was like,
5 hours.
What are we doing? We're in the fucking sewers? Okay, I'll find some maps. I'll have some encounters planned. I'll do some things. I knew what I wanted to do. I was just like, I have to extend this a little bit because I need more time for other things. And it worked out. The last like 30 minutes of the game was super fun when like everybody was role playing. That was great. And it was also really nice to use my PC and to make the combat fast.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We figured that out.
I actually also finished that game and I was like, I don't have a headache. Normally my head is killing me, but I was like, whoa.
You did have a headache the next morning though.
That, I don't know why that happened.
I
think maybe
you're just dehydrated or something.
Me not breathing enough while I'm sleeping. Needing the Crotoic CPAP.
God,
why can't I just buy a CPAP?
I don't know. There's so many side effects of being on HRT.
Yeah.
One of them, I didn't realize that I would stop snoring, but I'd start whistling. Now Lacey called me a teapot, and it makes me very angry.
Oh no!
I don't snore anymore, but apparently I like bite my lip, and it creates like the little.
While you're asleep?
So I'm
worse.
I'm like Hispanic at least in my sleep. I'm like somewhere where I can do the little.
Oh my God.
So I guess I whistle now in my sleep. She's like, it's
really
not bad. It's
funny.
not louder. It's just
strange.
It is strange. It's a whistle. It's like
that's great.
It's great for the spooky season.
Yeah.
I love that.
And wind getting in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go through like phases where you don't snore. And I think it's like the last half of the year, you're like, it's time to snore. I don't know what it is.
It's time.
Like from like spring and summer, you're normally fine. You don't snore.
What is it, September?
You're gonna get more oxygen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Last night you came to bed after I had already gone to bed, and like you brought me my Raycons and you put them on my side table, and it woke me up. I was like, there's someone around me. And then you got into bed and fell asleep, and like you started to snore, and I was like, well, fuck, I can't go back to bed.
I snored so hard last night. I can feel it in the morning, like the back of my throat. I was like, am I sick? And I was like, no, the back of my throat just hurts because I was hitting that fucking snore in the back of my throat.
That's why I brought it up, because I was thinking, because my fucking throat's sore now.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, did I snore the entire? Because she was very nice. She came. I mean, I don't know if it's nice. She came down and napped too, so it's whatever. But she napped with me. And I was like, God, my fucking throat hurts. I was like, was I just screaming? She's like, no, you were whistling, though.
Yeah, you're asleep. You're just like, ugh.
I was like, God, dude, it hurts. I'm so tired. But
I've people who tell me, like, I've read a lot of things about people who eventually get a CPAP, and they say it's like life changing.
It is. You wake up and not want to die every morning.
You wake up and you're like, I'm refreshed. Yeah, sometimes in the morning I hurt really bad, and so I just kind of breathe in a couple of times and I'm fine.
Oh, yeah.
My body's just like, please, I can't fucking breathe. And I'm like,
Normally I'll just be like, hey, like roll over or something, and you'll roll over and you'll stop snoring, and I'll go back to bed. But recently, you roll over, it's like 5 seconds, and then you start to snore again, and I'm like,
slap me.
Jesus, hello?
What's happening out there?
It's Coffee Cake. She's been sitting on the shoe rack and then I think when she gets up, or if like another cat comes over, she kind of gets spooked and she'll kick shoes off of it. All the baby shoes were on the floor, and I was like,
what's going on?
What is this? She's not even here. Who did it? It was the cat.
Mudkip Mafia asks, fuck, marry, kill.
Oh.
Mary McCheese, the Hamburglar, and Ronald McDonald.
I don't know what Mayor McCheese looks like.
Mayor McCheese?
He looks like Mayor McCheese.
I think, is that the one with the hamburger head?
Oh God! I mean, you know what? I'm not even looking up.
Am I right?
That sounds right. I don't know if I need to go any further.
Well,
than that.
maybe hang on.
I don't. If it's not Mayor McCheese, I don't know what the fuck that guy's name is.
What? Yes, that's Mayor McCheese.
Ew.
I'm gonna fuck Mayor McCheese because he's got 2 buns, dude. I'm gonna kill the Hamburglar.
Why?
No, I'm gonna kill Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
He's scary. And I'm gonna marry the Hamburglar because at least he is a criminal.
But he'd provide.
But he would provide. Yeah, he's a working man.
Fine. Why the fuck am I even here? You're both funny today.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it. I don't know. That's just what I think.
two
I think
buns.
that's accurate.
You know, I'll agree with you, Jacob. I'll agree with you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't even
Well,
care.
yeah, you're
You know
killing
what?
the clown.
You know what I hated
What?
as a kid about McDonald's is like the play place was always super cool, right? Like I always wanted to go in the play place, but then they'd have those benches that had Ronald McDonald, and he'd be like this.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it'd be like,
What the
oh,
hell
go
is
sit
that?
down next to him. We'll take your picture type
Yeah.
thing. I'm like, no, he's fucking scary. I don't want to go over there.
All the McDonald's now
Why
are
is he
like
a clown?
they're all wooden and black now. They're trying to look like a cafe.
Yeah.
What is
no,
happening?
I don't know.
Well,
this is like 2005.
Yeah, they probably don't want people in there with their nasty kids fucking
Yeah.
around anyway. And
Do they even have
even if they were
play
like,
places in McDonald's
no, I
anymore?
don't think so. Even if they were, like, we'll have a play place. I bet COVID wiped that shit out.
Oh, that's true.
Exactly.
There was a Burger King in Porterville that had a play structure.
Yeah.
And that one was always super fun.
What a crazy idea that is. Because honestly, I remember going to that a lot of times when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then it was a weird thing because a lot of them in California were like kind of outside or built inside.
Yeah.
And they're always super fucking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went to Utah and they weren't there anymore because it was too fucking cold.
Yeah. When I was like probably 3 or 4, I went into the Burger King in Porterville, and I went in the play structure, and I went all the way to the top where the big slide was, and then I got scared and didn't want to come down, and like I was like, no, I'm not. I don't even want to climb back down. So my mom had to go up there, and she was like 8 months pregnant with my brother.
Oh my God.
And she'd bring it up every time we went there when I was older, and like I wouldn't even play in the play structure anymore. I was like a teen. She was like, I remember having to climb up there and get you back down.
I was gonna say it probably takes one parent to go in there or one person to shit in there, and you're like, fuck it, no one can have this.
No, yeah.
You all ruined it.
Yeah.
That's I really as a kid maybe once or twice, and I didn't like it.
I just didn't like that it smelled like feet in there because you'd have to take your
Yeah,
shoes
it was
off.
feet and farts.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
it was gross.
Yeah.
You'd climb up the thing, and then you had 2 ways. You could go left through the fart tube into the slide, or you could go right through the feet tube into the pit of despair.
Yeah.
You know. Liminal spaces.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what it kind of seems like too. Is scary.
And
I don't like a dark yellow corner.
They had like these like little cubbies where you could put your shoes.
Yeah.
And I feel like people would always put other stuff in there, like food. And I'm like, don't put your fucking.
I put my shoes in the cubby. I put my shirt in the cubby.
No.
I'm shirtless. I put my McDouble in the cubby.
Yeah.
I put my beans in the cubby.
Your beans?
I put my Tamagotchi in the cubby.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
stealing it.
Yeah,
covered
that's what I was
Fucking
supposed to say.
taking
Someone's
that.
taking
It's not
that.
gonna be there when you get back.
It's covered in beans though.
I don't care. I'll wash it off.
Yeah.
I'll give him a little Clorox wipe.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Lowe K3M asked, "Adventure Time crossover when?" Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Wait, crossover? You guys just mean we take their stuff and go? Wouldn't that be cool? They're gonna hang out with us.
Yeah.
I want to watch the 2nd season of Fiona and Cake, but it's
Me
not
too.
going to come out for like 2 years, so
It's a long time.
it is.
Show's so good.
But it's
I
very
loved
good.
it. I loved it so
Me too.
much. And I didn't really like Fiona and Cake the episodes when the first ones came out in the original series. I was like, eh. But the show is so
The
good.
show's very good. Fucking
I loved it.
kicked me when I was down.
What?
Kicked me when I was down.
Yeah. Person Guy 2922 asked, "What root vegetable would you assign to each D&D class?" Okay.
I'm not fucking doing that. No. Root vegetable.
All right.
Pull up a graph.
My
Pull up
favorite
a chart.
vegetable is a sweet potato.
What the
My
fuck?
favorite.
We left Twitter, and now everybody who's like all those fucking questions where it's just like name the periodic elements
Fuck,
to
marry,
every
kill.
D&D class.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Mary.
Fuck me.
But guys, we have built this brick by brick. This is who we are. Are you kidding me? You think we're like a serious podcast? No, this is people.
This
come
is
to
either
like, fuck Mary, kill the Hamburglar.
All right.
Yeah, this is either some.
I've got a little chart of root vegetables.
Oh hell yeah,
here.
go ahead.
Okay, well, I've got a little chart of the D&D classes.
All right.
I love that. Let's compare and contrast.
I can just name them off, but I don't want to. It's hard. Hang on.
We're fucking doing 2024, so
I don't
fuck
fucking
you,
care.
Artificer.
Artificer's on
Fuck
here.
you, Bloodhunter.
Artificer's first, actually. Artificer is a leak. Is that one?
It's not on my chart.
Then what do you got? I don't know what's on your chart.
I got beetroot. I got a carrot. I got radish.
Okay.
I got turnips. I got parsnips. I have horseradish. I have a sweet potato. I have a yam,
Sweet potato.
onion, garlic, fennel, potato. Turmeric, ginseng, ginger,
I only had some of those.
arrowroot. Yep.
I feel like turmeric because it's like
I feel turmeric.
Yeah, because you can't use it for a whole lot.
Sorry.
But when you use it, it's not only really good for you, but it's also like it does. It is not there for the flavor. It is there to enhance flavors.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever had a turmeric. I don't know what one is.
It's that like yellow powder.
In what?
There's like okay. So first, it's a root.
In
It
like the
doesn't come as
seasoning
yellow
aisle?
powder. Yeah, it's
I
like
don't think
yellow.
I've
You've
ever
never
tried
had
it.
it. It's very
No.
earthy tasting.
I
It's
don't think I've ever
kind of
used
tastes
it.
like
What's
dirt.
it used for?
It's
When you're
good
sick.
for you. It has like vitamins, and it's like
Oh,
yeah.
let's see.
But it also can bring out a lot of flavors in your dish if you use it, or it will make it taste like dirt. So you got to be careful with it.
I like
so
dirt.
that's why
Yeah.
I'm saying that's Artificer, because it's either going to taste like dirt or it's going to be really great for your campaign, and it's
Oh,
going to
but-
support
but-
everybody else.
But you got to know how.
Yep. Boom.
Okay, I fuck with it.
Okay, Barbarian,
Go with just
like an onion. Is
yeah,
onion one?
Onion is one.
like an
Onion.
ogre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stinky, but oh my god, it tastes so good. And like when it's in your food, it's like that's an onion.
I thought we were talking about the barbarian.
What? Oh, the
Stinky.
barbarian's
That tastes
stinky, but
good.
you know when you're eating one? Like you know when the barbarian's in your mouth?
Yeah.
That's true.
I bet you would.
Subtlety is not a barbarian's strong suit.
I don't know.
You put it in a soup, it's now named that soup.
Yeah,
It's like that's onion soup
That's
now.
true.
French onion soup is so
that's how
good.
garlic kind of works for my household too.
Speaking of garlic, that's Bard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
garlic
Yeah.
is it's
I fuck with it.
ooh, it's good. It smells really good. You
Yeah.
put
It's
it.
good.
It's not. You can't just eat garlic.
Yeah,
It's
no.
fucking ass. But
can-
you put it on anything. Oh, it's so good. No, you're not eating garlic, babe.
Yeah.
I've never seen you do that.
Yes, we have.
You've never just taken that
clove?
fucking thing we have in the fridge and
like like dehydrated garlic though, like little garlic chips.
All right.
Or like on
that's
a
like a
pizza?
whisper. Yeah, that's like a Whisper's Bard.
Like a roasted
Yeah.
garlic. on pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's on pizza. You're not just eating a bowl of that.
Well, sometimes it
It does
just
not
pick
do
it
good
off,
on its own.
pick it off of the pizza and eat it by itself. It's very
Yeah. That's
valid.
you know,
Guess
Swords
it still
Bard,
has
Whispers
essence.
Bard for sure, but typical Bard,
Yeah.
it's a delicious addition.
Yeah.
Cleric, it's gotta be like
So I was just thinking about someone listening to this part.
what?
Seriously contemplate. Which
like a potato.
Actually, yes, necessary. One of the best foods.
Yeah.
Not like a lot of flavor,
yeah.
but it's still really good.
Mm-hmm.
Still really good. Druid.
I feel like the fucking yam or the whatever or
Sweet
the sweet
potato?
potato.
Sweet potato, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What's your argument
They're
for
cute.
sweet
I
potato?
don't know. They're just cute.
Because they're cute.
Yeah.
All right.
All turning the stuff.
Sometimes druids can be like nasty old fucking
Oh, maybe
strange fellers in the
maybe
woods.
a carrot.
You ever just leave one out? Oh, you know, a carrot's good too. A carrot can go in like carrot cake.
Oh, carrots.
Carrots are pretty versatile.
Here's a carrot because
Okay.
a lot of animals like them too. and
Like a
you
bunny?
kind of feel like an animal when you're eating one.
Yeah.
And you can have it on its own because it's just really good, and it's really good for you.
Yeah.
And your eyes, for some reason. I ate so many carrots when I was like Marcy's age that my nose turned orange. There's photographic evidence of this.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It can't happen to people, but it can happen to children.
Well, because you're small?
Yeah, like I had
There's just more of you?
carrot jaundice.
Carrot jaundice?
Yeah,
more.
instead of like my skin going yellow, it went orange.
Orange, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I was eating so many carrots. I loved carrots.
Good. Yeah. Good.
And then like a Stars Druid is like carrots and ranch.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Fighter.
I guess as good as mine. I don't know if
Turnip?
Turnip?
if a leak's large enough, you
Parsnip?
use like a sword.
Parsnip? No. No.
Horseradish?
No.
Horsey?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of a kick.
Or ginger?
Not a lot of people are like, I don't really like horseradish, but every time you eat it, it's amazing.
That's not true.
I don't agree with that either.
What do you
Horseradish is
mean?
gross.
What are you talking about? Have you ever had the sauce? Have you ever had the Arby's horsey sauce?
I have. It's nasty.
No.
It's basically mayonnaise.
Well, that's true for probably everything at Arby's.
Yeah.
No.
That does track.
We tried it the other day. And by the other day, I mean like 2 weeks ago.
You got Arby's?
We got it.
Oh, good.
Because I was influenced. And also, I was like, fine, we'll see if Colton was right this whole time.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
The horsey sauce made me laugh, though. Spencer, I will say you did really like the Arby's sauce.
I like the sauce.
It was just sour ketchup.
The like chicken burger that I got.
Mm-hmm. It was okay.
It was bad.
It was all right.
It's gross.
That tracks.
Yeah, it was all right. I didn't hate it.
I can't imagine they do chicken very well. They probably do hot meat very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah.
I won't say that I don't like hot meat.
No,
but
of course not.
Not
but,
from Arby's.
Yeah, but not Arby's hot meat.
What else do you got on there?
Huh? Yeah, go ahead.
All right. You know what? Let's switch this around. Let's make the druid the sweet potato,
Okay.
and we'll make the fighter the carrot.
Okay.
Because it's pretty basic. It's everybody's had one, but they're always good. They're always pretty good.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with a carrot.
I fuck with that.
All right, monk. Monk is something like fucking
Ginger.
Actually, yes.
That's solid.
That's actually
I'll
solid.
fuck with that.
Yep. And then paladin.
I don't know.
Paladin's like. Paladin's a fucking. Oh God. Paladin's horseradish. Because 2024 they can all summon horses. And
Sure.
when you eat a horseradish, you're like, oh, that's a horseradish, and you have to like really devote yourself to eat a horseradish.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
This is stupid.
All right, what's next?
Ranger's arrow root, because they shoot arrows, and it's kind of a strange out there kind of thing that not a lot of people like.
It's kind of versatile what you're doing.
But it's pretty good. But
Yeah.
you know, it's still delicious.
Okay.
Rogue is
the double R's.
parsnip.
Why?
Because you never see them.
You're right. I've never seen a parsnip.
pause.
Hey guys, I'm getting no help here. What do you want me to say?
Man, I don't know what
Fucking all right.
You want root
Rogue's
vegetable?
Parsnip is rogue. Sorcerer is rutabaga. Warlock
good.
is
beet.
no. Wizard
I
is
like
beet. I was getting to that.
Oh.
Warlock is
The look she just gave
God, Spencer. Just think for a second.
Give me my phone back.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Sorcerer could also be Chinese water chestnut. Wait. How about Warlock? Warlock is I had an idea for this.
What? You had an idea specifically for this instance.
Yes, rutabaga.
You already gave rutabaga to someone.
You did. You
Oh.
had sorcerer.
Fuck. Okay, with Warlock's tarot,
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
and then Wizard is beet,
Beet.
Winner.
because they're really weird, but they're really versatile.
Yeah.
Beet.
but
like beet juice.
yeah.
Beets aren't weird.
All right, cool. What a great
I've had
question.
more beet
Thanks.
and juice than real beet.
I've had beet soup.
That makes sense.
That's what Sarah made for us one time when she came down. She made Casanova or whatever it's called. Grandolfa.
Yeah.
I get it confused with the Ukrainian word for grandma. But it's a soup.
Borscht.
Borscht.
Yeah.
But I was calling it babushka. I mean, you're a big babushka? And she's like, no, stop.
No,
I was like,
stop.
Babushka. Dean Dude 27 asked, have you bought / are you going to buy the new player's handbook and start a campaign with it? Yes, I'm going to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to read it. I am I think there's a lot of rules in there that I like, that I've skimmed through so far.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the art is fucking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Good fucking God, the art is amazing. There's unique art for every subclass. They're full body, insane art. It's so cool. But yeah, I'm gonna read through it at some point, and we'll go through it and decide what rules I want to use and not use.
Yeah.
There's the off chance that we just fucking convert it for Descend if we want to, but we'll see. I don't know if we will. But that, because it just depends. I might read through it and be like, oh, this kind of changes everything. I hate this.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody technically gets better though in our game. The only person who doesn't think is Anastasia, and it's the fact that her spell, she gets like one ability that changes.
Yeah.
But other than that, being level 5 or what are we, 6?
6.
Yeah, I mean we're fundamentally the same, if not just a little bit better. Fighter is better, monk is better, warlock is better. If anything, they're just more versatile. Wizard is a little weird, but I'll confer with Colton and see what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there's new monk. I definitely want Sahar to play. There's new fighter stuff that I really want you to have, like being able to use your what is that called? The thing that gives you hit points back. Second wind on like ability checks.
Yeah.
It's just an option. You don't have to do it, but it's cool to have the option.
It's cool to have the option.
Yeah. That's great. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the core of 2024, right? Is that they're all things people are kind of doing anyway, and then some more stuff that people kind of wanted to begin with. So
exactly. There's a bunch of new questions. Soapy Milk asked, what good tunes have you folk been listening to late recently? P.S. I got a music rec for Pepper and their sidekicks. It's an album called Doing the Best We Can by American Pets. My favorite on the album is Dying Alone and Birds of a Feather. I've never heard of that.
me either.
It's pretty cool. Let me go through my recent, like, what I've been listening to.
I will peep them for sure. Thank
The
you so much.
Fallout TV show playlist. I kind of randomly listened to a bunch of Linkin Park today.
Makes sense.
I
Old or with a new singer?
I got into Linkin Park a while ago when I was really young. And right when 1,000 Suns came out. And I really like that album, not because it's necessarily good, but because it was like the first one that I owned and I really liked it. And I listened to it all the time. So I know like every song off of that one. It's really weird and strange and I like it. But, so I was listening to some of that just because I really like it, but also a lot of their classics like, Numb is so good. And, some stuff off of Hybrid Theory as well. But Shadow of the Day is one of my favorite songs by them. So good. That was one of the only few times a celebrity has passed away, and I was really sad. Yeah, I was really fucking bummed when Chester Bennington passed away. That was really sad. Yeah. And James Earl Jones died. That sucks.
Yeah. Old though.
Yeah.
Long time. Long time.
He had a great career.
Yeah.
Wonderful man.
Yeah. His family will be set for a while.
Yeah. Invisible by Duran Duran. I cannot stop listening to that song. The Fallout TV show playlist. I have on my recently listened to on my recent searches are The Chain by Fleetwood Mac. Yeah. And then the Yu-Gi-Oh theme. And then Static Slowed, which is that baby, you got something to know. Fucking that song. Goofy. And then stuff that I've added to my playlist recently was kept getting stuck in my head. Musician by Porter Robinson.
Yeah.
Which is what you put on the Spelljammer playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. When I hear that.
Porter Robinson's great. I mean, I wouldn't know
Yes.
that, but Porter Robinson's one.
They have an album where they have a bunch of songs where they use I don't know if it is exactly, but it sounds exactly like the Ocarina of Time sound font. And Sad Machine is one of my favorite songs by
that
Porter
whole
Robinson.
album's
so
fucking crazy.
Bad Habit by Steve Lacy keeps getting stuck in my head. And also, for some reason, I don't know why, but I Wish by Skilo keeps getting stuck in my head all week. I'm like between tasks, and I'm like, I wish I was a baller. I wish I was.
It's solid.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her. I don't know. That's what I've been listening to.
I think it's good.
I've been listening to Remy Wolf.
Okay, hi, we're back. The thousands of rats that were living in the ceiling fell on top of us, but they were really cool, and they formed into a man and left. Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to go better the world.
It's pretty cool. What have you been listening to, Spencer?
Remy Wolf. And also, I don't know. Chaperone.
Yeah.
Florence and the Machine.
That one's good.
That's kind of it.
Yeah,
Recently.
cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
What have you been listening to? Pepper?
There's this artist named Zorro that I really like.
Oh.
I found them on Epidemic, so I love a lot of their shit. Which is
that's cool.
Which is kind of a rarity for Epidemic.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Death Grips got me again, so I've been listening on like Guillotine on repeat, which could be the reason why my day's been so fucking crazy. And then I can't remember who recommended Churches, but a lot of that.
Me.
There's a lot of solid fucking shit from that.
Well, somebody may have recommended them, and I went, they're
That
really
too.
good. I like them.
Look, I'm fucking with it. It's good. The Midnight, who I'm going to see this weekend.
Oh, hell yeah.
They just released a new single called Chariot, and they just don't fucking miss.
It's great.
They don't fucking miss, and I hope they play it at their live show.
I learned about Churches through Marisha Ray.
Yeah?
Because they went to a concert one time and talked about it, and I went, I'll listen to them. And I was like, oh, they're so good.
Yeah, they're very, very good.
He Said, She Said is my favorite song by them.
Yeah, I have Gun, Violent Delights, California. And I had to have some more. I just don't know where they're all.
Those are good.
But those are the three that are like on my big list.
Hell yeah. Jaden the Pirate Guy asked, is there anything you can tell us about any campaigns you intend to do in the future? You floated some ideas around various people running various things. Are any of those set in stone? Also, Pepper, Alakazam.
Oh, I like this new era. That one's not bad.
They're barely saying it to you
Yeah,
anymore.
and fucking Kadabra with you.
What do we have coming up lately?
Fallout.
Oh yeah. We're doing another Fallout game.
Fallout's it. I think it's the only one.
I think that's the only one that's
packed.
definitely
Fallout.
confirmed. Well, there's another question in there, and it's going to lead into this a little bit, but
Yeah.
no. But we're definitely going to do when Strixhaven ends. It's gonna episode 40 will be the last game. We're already gearing up for the next Fallout campaign, and I'm really excited about it. So,
I was gonna make my character sheet, or like an idea of my character sheet today, and then I played Stardew Valley. But
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. If I have any time this weekend, because we have a lot of it just kind of hanging out in the Airbnb, I would like to draw my character this weekend.
Oh,
if I can, but
cool.
we'll see.
I love that. That's very cool.
I think everyone's kind of ramping up for that.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Eberron doesn't really have I don't know when it's going to end. Jack had an idea, and then he went, this may be longer than I thought, and I went, honestly, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have any sort of plan for after Spelljammer, and Descend will also be forever. Until it's done.
Yeah.
So I'm not even thinking about what's coming after that. But I have brought up before the potentiality of Colton running it, but also maybe, I don't know what we'll do. I like the idea of potentially playing Vecna Eve of Ruin, because I also skimmed through the book a little bit. I think it's really cool. I think it would be fun if it's not Colton for somebody to run it, or maybe I'll run it. I don't know. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun, but it's not something I'm setting up. It's like, that's cool. Anyways,
Yeah.
I think whenever Eberron ends, though, I think I told Jack, I was like, I want to keep a Pathfinder somewhere because I really like it. And if Jack decides to, what I've talked to Jack about, none of this is set in stone. I was like, when this Eberron game finishes, it would be cool if you ran another one. And because he talked about it, and he was like, yeah, I'd be down. And I'm like, cool. And he's like, I probably want to do 5e though. And I was like, that's fine. But then I was like, not that he's like, throwing shade at Pathfinder or anything. He just knows it a lot more and wanted to try Pathfinder. And we're having a lot of fun with it. But it's also motivated me because if that happens in the future and we don't have a game where we have Pathfinder, I'll run Pathfinder. I really like it. Yeah. It'd be super fun. So and then the goal would be to have like half the games being D&D, and then it'll be 1 out of 4 that's D&D.
Yeah. Get some diversity.
The goal is to have 1 D&D game, 1 Fallout game, 1 Pathfinder game, and 1 Cyberpunk game. That's the fucking vision. So yeah. The flame. I almost said the flaming O. The flamingo.
Wow.
There we go.
That still counts.
5607 asked, what is your favorite set of dice that you own? And what memories of them do you have that make them stand out? The God Emperor covets all that glitters, of course.
Nice. I have these ones that I've been using for Caius. They're like, I originally used them for Philip because they looked like kind of like lightning running through them. But now it just looks like they're maybe like frozen. I don't know. You got them for me after I had Marceline.
Oh, I love those ones. Yeah.
They're like blue and they're like kind of dark, and if you look at them in the light, it looks like there's like cracks running through them.
They're like blurry too. Yeah. They're not like completely see-through. They're really cool. They're like frosted. It's crazy. My favorite set of dice is your bone dice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer has a D20 that is
made of a guy.
Made of the remains of someone. And it's got actual bone in it. And it's fucking crazy. That's hard ass.
It's very cool.
That is insane. And sometimes you take it out. At random points in games, you'll be like, and I'm like, what are you doing with that? What is your plan?
I usually use it
special roll
with when I play stick.
Yeah.
Just because it's fitting. But.
Yeah. My favorite dice right now, I think, I have 2. I have these... I have these ones that I use for Cayman that have like it's got like this liquid core in it, so it has these eyeballs that like look up wherever you look around whenever you roll them. And then I also have my Descend ones, which are a bunch of, they're like red and they have a bunch of skulls in them. They're pretty cool. What are your favorite dice? You have like 1 set.
Yeah, I have 1 set from a band that I like. And that's about it. Yeah. Yeah. They're incredibly hard to read, and they're fucking good.
What digital dice do you use?
I use the Rime of the Frostmaiden one.
Nice.
Those ones I think are the best ones.
They're cool.
There's the new like Spelljammer like Amethyst ones I did were pretty decent. I like those ones a lot. And then there's another one where the dice are fucked up, like the actual model's like warped, but always will find a side still. Yeah, and I like those ones, but I don't use them.
That's awesome. Really funny.
Yeah, I'm very attached to the Icewind Dale ones.
I like the Spelljammer ones that they released. It's like the space ones. Yeah, just because it kind of looks like Arcane Arcade.
Yeah, so. I remember when we were running, I don't even know what Tomb, fucking Avnia. I have no idea. Where I rolled like thousands of dice in my game, and my computer almost crashed.
It's funny that it didn't crash your browser. It was your computer's like, I can't handle this.
Oh yeah, I was like, it's thinking, and it was like a shotgun spread of dice all over the camera. It was fun.
And it's like they like go, and then it's like frozen, and then it's like, guys, it's not working.
They started to get like caught on top of each other, and they had problems because one would not hit the ground yet, so he couldn't figure out what side it was on.
So funny.
The fact that digital dice can cock is fucking absurd. Just like, why is that even a thing?
There are people who think that there's like a thing behind it, because there are genuine, like, I know people who are like, no, if it's a random number generator, that's not a dice. And it's like, what? Yeah. Like, I know Marshall has said that before, who has been like, no, it needs to be like rolled. Yeah. And like when we first started, like, cause he kind of taught us D&D, and we were all really young and stupid back then. He was like, no, you have to roll a physical dice, because To be fair, he's probably played with people to try to cheat before.
Oh, probably
and
for
then
sure.
Also it was just a way for him to verify like what we were doing.
Yeah.
But it stayed with him, and he's like, nope, I don't trust a dice unless it physically rolls. So the online ones, like Roll20 just gives you a random number. But Roll20 and all these other apps have an option to like physically roll the model of a dice so it actually rolls, and then that's why it can cock, because it's a fucking simulation of a dice.
You know, well, my favorite dice actually are the Google ones.
Yeah.
I've used those for 5 sessions of Spelljammer in a row, and honestly, I'm never going back.
The same.
It's so much easier to
Fallout.
see all the things,
Yes.
and it'll do math, and it doesn't do math in like a helpful D&D way, but if I can see everything,
Yes,
then I can do it all on my own.
That is how I love my Fallout dice, but I used the Google dice more when I was DMing Fallout than anything, because it's so much easier to be like, roll 5d6. That's how much damage you take.
Yeah.
I've been having more fun lately rolling damage instead of taking the average damages. It's been fun because the varying points of damage is really interesting. And it's like, ooh, kind of makes things tense. But sometimes it's really cool and you're like, I crit you. Oh, it's 5 damage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like it. Tiger Bomb 909 asked, least favorite Magic plane. Go. Magic
Least
Magic the
favorite?
Gathering plane? Because that's what it sounds like, is Magic plane.
Could be. Also could be just...
I feel like they would say D&D plane.
Yeah, plane, I guess.
Yeah. My least favorite... I'm going to take it from what I understood it as, which was the Magic the Gathering one.
There's a lot of good ones.
I don't know. I can't really think of any that are necessarily terrible, but I don't know a lot of the bad ones.
Probably suck to live in Innistrad. Probably just
It would
terrible.
suck there.
Yeah.
But that is one of the best planes, though.
But I'm just thinking about...
It would suck to live in
Yeah.
Phyrexia.
Yeah, it would. So I'll choose that one.
Phyrexia!
Yeah.
I love that you always take a literal point to it. Like, oh, if I was there and I was in the plane,
Yeah,
I would
hate
hate
it.
to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I need to think, like, if they did a new set and they picked a plane, which one am I going, ugh?
Yeah. I guess mine's Zendikar, but I don't know if I think of it in the way that you just prefaced.
Yeah,
if I saw a
just,
set about Zendikar, I'd be like, I mean, honestly, that's the same with Innistrad or Ravnica. I was like, I don't know if we need these anymore. But honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of Kamigawa before it became Neon Dynasty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of people really like it, and I can see why.
Yeah.
But I'm just not a vibe. I really don't. I didn't like Kamigawa originally.
Oh,
not that I played in its originality, because I was like 11. But
for sure,
it was cool, but it's not really my cup of tea.
Yeah,
I'm much happier with Neon Dynasty, but I'm also a Cyberpunk stan. So
Neon Dynasty, that was so cool when that came out. I have good memories of that, because we had all just started kind of getting into Magic. Not you guys, but like the rest of us had.
Yeah.
And it was really fun when we all kind of just got the set together and we went over to our house and we were just opening cards and having a good time. And you were looking for that fucking Yoshi. Like, there was just little things that we were all doing, and it was so much fun. And we made decks and we played them. And that was such a good time.
We in my office, Lacey bought me a giant Yoshimaru, like print from the artist. So I have this really, really nice, like, high def picture of Yoshimaru in my office that I adore. I don't think it's our most expensive piece of art, but it's pretty close. I'm very, very happy to have it.
There's so many just nothing planes that are like, what is this? What's Alara?
Alara is actually probably one of the better planes, I think.
Oh, really?
Honestly, Alara is a small... the best way I'm just going to explain it to you right now, it's a flat, like, world. It's not flat, but that's the best way I can explain it. It's a flat world, and there's a huge fissure in the middle of it that's caused the plane to fall apart into pieces. That's why it's called Shards of Alara. And there's these wedges that people find civilization on that float, that sometimes connect, and then they have, like, infighting between that.
Oh, that's
so there's
really cool.
Like the clan, so like the names you hear, things are called. You know how, like, Mardu, something called Mardu, that's from something. The other names are from Alara. So if you have, like, Bant or what is it? Bant, Grixis. So a Grixis shard is from Alara.
Oh.
So Grixis is from that.
Whoa, that's really cool. That's really interesting.
So like the two main planes introduced the tricolored like vibes. There's some earlier ones, but the ones that stuck were Allura and Konzatarkir.
That's really cool.
Even though Konzatarkir is newer in comparison to the bunch.
I have no idea. I feel like it's bad to try to have a hot take about this. But I think it's entirely just me. I don't hate the plane. I'm not terribly interested in Ravnica.
That's valid. Yeah.
It's not mostly because I'm a newer Magic fan, and New Capenna is way cooler.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like Ravnica is really interesting, and I've done a lot of research about it, and I know a lot about it, and I've read a lot about it, and it's cool and stuff. But like, it's basically Coruscant, which is in Star Wars, and Coruscant is cool, but like, I think there's a part of my brain that has a hard time comprehending that big of a city. It's like, that's too big. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And so my brain doesn't go, wow, like think of all the possibilities. It goes, that can't happen. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So I don't know. I think, but I did really like what they did with it recently, and they kind of did like a murder mystery thing with it. That was fun. But I can't not think about how more interesting it would be if it was on New Capenna. So I don't know.
No, I think it's valid. I think that RTR, which is the third return to Ravnica, being War of the Spark, does a lot of really interesting stuff in the background that you see played out in Karlov Manor, where they talk about the plane itself trying to retake aspects of itself from the city. It's where you get like things like Ilharg, the Raised Boar, and some of the other new like mole gods and other stuff like that. They're just like the planar like creatures. They're trying to come back and like,
oh, that's really cool.
And then the whole thing with Karlov Manor, the whodunit, which, spoilers for Karlov Manor, I guess, if you give a shit, is one of the three dryads, the Tristani. They're together. One of them's corrupted by hate. And she's causing fucking mischief because people were like hoarding wealth while people were being killed in the street. And she's like a very good Selesnya bad guy.
Oh, that's cool.
I think those ideas are way better than the other ones, which
that's
are
awesome.
Just kind of like, I don't know. I don't think they're particularly good.
And it's the same thing of like me being like, I don't like the Forgotten Realms because I do love I fucking love Rakdos. The Cult of Rakdos is so cool. I also I really liked the
iconic.
I really liked the Return to Ravnica set where they had everything be fall themed. That's really fun. I don't know. War of the Spark is also really neat. It's just the one that I'm just like about, like the plane as a concept.
Yeah,
I don't
think there's a lot of room, which is surprising for Karlov Manor to play in, and it feels very much like Dominaria did in its early game because it's like a huge portion of the early sets, like a lot of the sets were on Dominaria. There's just a lot of room to play because so much of it's like you can only return to this plane so many fucking times. There's other people can do stuff, but the main company, it's kind of like it's a great way to say it. It's their Coruscant.
Right. I think we answered this question last time. Guys, what is this question? Somebody asked, "Who's your favorite waifu?" Y'all, are you gonna answer this?
I mean, that has to be someone, right? I mean, we kind of did that on the bonus episode last week.
I need you to explain this concept to me.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm about to define a waifu.
Okay.
Define.
I think it's at its core, it's just someone like you would just like if between fuck and marry.
Oh, and kill? A fictional character from an anime who a person regards as a romantic partner.
As I'm saying, yeah. I guess you could marry, but I think it's more of like this is like my this person would vibe with me.
Oh.
Like this is the thing I like. Which is kind of the same thing we did with the Smash Cake. It's kind of very similar. It's just I think there's just more wholesomeness to it too.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I don't think always. Let me be very clear that that's not always the truth. But I think to some degree, like that's why it's not like fuck buddy. I would assume it's like I think a lot of it's like especially early on and probably still it's done out of desperation. For like I want a girlfriend. And she's totally real and her name's fucking Mikasa and she lives in Japan.
Yeah.
But
I have her scarf.
But yeah, I mean, you know.
It's those TikToks that are like, oh, She's not real. Lois, turn around.
Yeah. I also think that because there is a male version, but I mean, I think waifu is in essence a thing. So you could say like Rhina, and you're like, okay.
Sick. Cool. That's my waifu.
That's a waifu.
I won't objectify him.
Huh?
What?
What'd you say?
I said I won't objectify him.
Damn.
Dang. Living above it.
Yeah. I was going to say something.
Yeah.
But I'll keep it.
You guys want to answer the question, or should I move
Oh,
on?
I don't know. Kamina from fucking Gurren Lagann.
Nice.
What do you think?
Alucard. That's not an anime, but
No,
it kind of is.
It counts.
Oh.
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck. That's a good one, though. Can I change mine to Alucard, but from Hellsing instead?
Yeah.
Those are good ones.
Cool.
Vampires are chill.
Zara the Sage asked, what campaign have you done that you wish got animated that isn't in Forgotten Realms? And if you want, you can also say one that was in one.
Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
You just ignore. Yeah, they're like...
They said that
Fallout,
Fallout.
Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
Those two,
Fallout would be
I
good.
want them animated.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of really great potential, honestly.
Oh my god, it would be so cool. There's so many moments, and there's so many little things that we can animate. That would be so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the Cedric.
What?
Yeah, let Pepper answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think I may have just agreed.
Okay.
Oh,
I think. I appreciate it.
I thought that's why I assumed as well.
No, I think what it was.
Cool.
But you know what? You're giving me the space. Maybe I'll do a little think on it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll think on it more.
Yeah, do a little thing.
I do think the idea of Avnia would be really great to animate. There's a lot of really crazy fucking ideas. I think that would be like D&D adjacent. You could probably see a lot of really cool stuff from that. But I do think that honestly, Eberron would be really good too. And that's cheating because it's kind of both. Because it's still Eberron in the Forgotten. Yeah, so like it's kind of cheating.
Is in the Forgotten Realms.
But like you want a lot of things with explosions. You want like a big fucking explosions. You want to animate something, and that game is probably filled with shit. People getting stabbed, blood spilling down the fucking alleyways. That whole game's crazy.
Oh, man, be so cool. Cedrical May asked, "I've seen the One Ring book behind you guys for a little while now." Oh, you got that for me.
Like they're like, oh,
yeah,
it is behind me.
As well as the 5e books for it. Did you guys try it? Plan to? Thoughts and prayers? That's dumb. No, I haven't played it yet. I want to. I've had it for so long, and I have not had any time. But I think it's cool.
We did the 5e one,
yeah, we have played the 5e one.
Yeah.
And that was fine. It has a really cool traveling mechanic that I really like. Yeah. The rest of it's okay. I have just slowly learned that I don't really like 5e conversions, and a 5e conversion is being the most fun when it makes its own brand new rules and becomes its own thing. Really? And it's like, that's what's really fun. Like, that was a really important thing. And I'm glad nobody really did it. I haven't dug too deep into the comments, or nobody's like yelled at me about this online. But I was really afraid that when I did my Fallout thing, that everybody was just going to refer to it as like a 5e conversion. Yeah. And I'm like, it's not. It initially kind of started as one. Yeah. And then I went, this is stupid. I just kind of want to take aspects from 5e and then just turn it into something completely different, which is what it's turned into, which I'm really happy about. But the parts of the 5e that is no longer in print, just slowly going to become fucking lost media, is the travel mechanic that's in it. But yeah, I haven't played One Ring. It looks cool though.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool shit.
AZV830 asked, have you watched, oh boy, I'm going to try to pronounce this, Shikanoko Noko Koshi Tantan? If so, thoughts?
I don't know what that is.
Also, Pepper, Bazinga.
Oh, and fucking Cadabra with you.
I have no idea what that is.
Let me see.
Just put like Noko like 4 times and you'll probably find it. Have we been watching anything lately?
No. I've been...
You've been watching Gravity Falls?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. The more I watch clips of Gravity Falls and see parts of it that you've watched, the more I realize that the joke was that Azeraphis sounds like Grunkle Stan.
Yeah.
I think he's just is Grunkle Stan. They're very similar. There's a part where they're like, oh, we want to break into the golf course at night. And he's like, okay. And he just fucking breaks in. And I'm like, whoa.
Okay, can I say the thing back to you to see if it matches?
Yep.
Okay, was it Shika Noko 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 Koshi Tantan?
Yes.
Okay, no, I've not seen it, but I've heard things about it.
What is it?
It's a slice of life, I think, where it's a little deer girl.
Oh,
it's an
cute.
anime where I assume cute girls do cute things, which is like a subgenre.
Nice.
And it's like, what is that fucking other Netflix one? I think it's kind of like a comedy.
Oh,
I think
all right.
I should have just looked at it, what that genre was. But that's the impression that I've got from like all the many anime like YouTubers that I follow.
Got it.
I've not seen it.
Haven't watched it.
No.
Um,
Started to rewatch fucking Hellsing though. Just for talking about anime
That's
in
cool.
general. That's a crazy fucking anime like always.
That's cool.
I should say abridged. Not abridged. That one's also fucking crazy. I love abridged. I honestly think it's better than the actual core material. But ultimate. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, old Hellsing's not
Down Miserable asks, now I love Spelljammer, but are there any plans for a full Cyberpunk Red campaign? Craig. Egnizeb.
Is that it backwards?
Yeah.
They're so creative. And fucking Cadabra with you or whatever we're saying now. I like the open sesame. I like us changing to something else. Cast some spells.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that's the long and short of it. I don't know. I think
streaming hard.
Yeah, streaming's a fucking huge pain. And Red is, I love Red, but it is so, especially I love Cyberpunk, but the way that I run it, it's just so fucking different. Yeah. And I think all my qualms with it would be bettered by the Fallout system. But
it would be so fun to make a conversion.
It'd be honestly, the whole game would function better if it was just, honestly, the only thing you need is, I just need like cybernetics. So that's literally it.
That's that to me is so what I would want to do with it is if we ever did, do this, which this is purely thought, like I'm not setting this in motion or anything, but purely if this ever was a thing that we wanted to do, which I think would be fun. Yeah. You could use the system pretty similarly. I think you would I think a lot of the perks you could potentially translate over, sure. But I would want to change them because so many are so like Fallout centric. Sure. Where I think, well, first of all, I think you should change the stats. I don't think it should be special, but instead make it the Cyberpunk stats, and then do something very similar that's already kind of in the video game for 2077, which is that you can just get perks with the stat that you're good at, which is also very Fallout already, right? Yeah. Then change some of the perks. Kind of follow the same vibe, but like do something different with them, and then mash some of them together, make some luck perks, cool perks, and put them into strength or something like that, or body. And then are the stats in the video game the stats in the role playing game?
There's, I would say, half the stats. Okay. That exist, but I honestly think that the core stats they chose in the game are probably better than
in. Oh really?
Yeah, because I think they just missed certain stats. Like because what is in the game? It's
body, tech,
cool, tech, ref or reflex and int. And int. Yeah. Yeah, you're missing. What are you missing? Like empathy, and I have to look at them. Because honestly, I also have 2020 in my head because fucking ATTR is not a thing anymore.
What's ATTR?
It's a literal scale of 1 to 10 how attractive you are. Yeah, it's not a thing anymore. But
that's awesome. That's kind of funny though. Yeah, like as a concept, just to like be like, guys, I'm a 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely written by. I think it's a lot of it's like it comes down to. I will say that's the hardest one to go like. Because it's very similar to D&D, where if you drop too low, you die. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you would die from your you just being too fucking so ugly. You die. But I remember the old stuff still having things like it's a pendulum. So to some degree, if you were just average, you were just average. Because Cyberpunk's all about style and appearance. That if you were super high, then you had different access different things. But if you were still super low, then you were like. Not necessarily like hideous. You were just more like intentionally. You'd be like I would say, Adam Smasher has an ATTR of 1. but he's frightening. But in some way, like the minus becomes a plus in a different direction.
That's cool.
He just can't make persuasion checks.
That's
Man
cool.
only makes intimidation checks.
Yeah.
Regardless about
That's really
Cyberpunk even
interesting.
using that ability.
Yeah.
And it really played into like rocker rolls and things like your disguises worked through ATTR, and like it was a lot of like, how much am I glamming myself up in any aspect? That's ATTR. If I was pimping out my car, it'd be ATTR. It just fit everything. You're missing technically dexterity, willpower, and luck, move, and empathy.
Whoa, there's so many abilities.
Yeah, I think
Are
about
those all your
half.
skills too?
No, skills is
There's also skills.
a shit ton. Yeah,
Holy
So
shit.
how it works is similar to D&D. Is you have your big brother skill that has dominion over smaller skill, or your characteristic, or your stat that governs the other ones.
I like the way that the video game kind of put it all together, but it's also the only one I've played. So I would have to do some research and check it out.
No,
but
you can probably do it with less.
Another aspect I would love to include is, and that would be really fun, that would just be entirely written for this, that we could, take rules from or use whatever we want to do is making the cyberpsychosis and also the cybernetics aspect of the game, because that just isn't present in Fallout.
Yeah.
There are cybernetics that are in the game, that are in New Vegas and hinted at in other games, but they don't do anything other than give you like a super powerful upgrade. And I've kind of roped them into like a perk or two. There's the Phoenix implant. That's literally a cybernetic implant in New Vegas that I was like, that'd be fun if that was a perk. Yeah. But like, I wouldn't do that for Cyberpunk. For Cyberpunk, it would be like a whole fucking thing.
Well, probably what it come down to is that I think a lot of it's like, I really do think it'd be a perfect conversion. Or not necessarily a perfect conversion, but I think that the pieces are all there anyway.
Yeah.
Because I think you could use cybernetics inherently, but cybernetics have to have some kind of like loss. So you probably rope into like radiation as the side effect of cybernetics.
Yeah.
So then that's how you would get your downside. I mean, not that we would call it still that. Like it would just probably be called cyberpsychosis, and it would affect your empathy versus not affecting you at all or whatever. And then you
just be a passive stat.
Yeah, it'd be every time you got something. Like every time you took like every time you got a limb or some kind of upgrade, you would roll dice. And then in the system for Fallout, it'd be like radiation damage, but it would just do like different damage, and Cyberpunk would be the same thing.
That's really interesting.
I think it's an easy conversion. I think it's a lot more fluid than what we have.
Yeah. I would be so down. That'd be so
Or
fun.
you could honestly just reflavor half the perks as cybernetics too. So like, I maybe not to have requirements necessarily. There's like a physical one.
That's already kind of there in the system. Like you get a perk and like it has a description, but it can be whatever you want it to be. Really. That's a part of the fun of it. So
I guess TLDR, I would like to. I don't know.
Would you play in it?
That's an interesting point because I've never played in one.
Really?
Isn't that fucking strange?
Yeah.
I've been running that game for over 10 years.
I'm just saying.
I've never been in a Cyberpunk game. I was able to play once, I think, but it was like a one shot that like my friend did for me because I wanted to.
So I would love to, but I really only know 2077 and the show, right?
I think that's all you have to know. Honestly.
Sure, but I mean, Jack has run it before too.
Yeah,
and like it'd be cool if he ran something too.
Yeah, I think I would be more into running it or playing in it than running it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think I would be in that regard.
That's cool.
I'd like to, but I think the question is, let me see after Spelljammer, which I do think is not the. I do think not the first to go. I do think it's probably second, or at least that's what I'm striving for. I do think Cyberpunk's probably very similar, or Spelljammer rather, is very similar to Strix. That I think about 40 episodes is where I want it. I wanted about 34, but we've stretched this a little bit.
Yeah.
So I would like to be done by February, but we'll see.
That's good.
We'll see.
Because
I don't know if the math really checks out on that. So who knows?
Exciting.
Maybe. Yeah, but once I get off, I think after I move into that, I'm really doing a lot of Spelljammer that, it's your first time. You really want to kind of leave everything out on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think my second game will be nearly as a pain in my ass.
No, it's not a pain in the ass, but I understand that feeling because that's how I feel about running Strix and Descend right now, where I put so much time and effort into planning those games and like making them the way that I want them to be, that Fallout upcoming, I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that again. I'm just gonna kind of vibe and we'll do kind of like how I'm feeling that week.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'll make something up as I go, and because that's kind of how I ran the first game. I had a concept, I had basic ideas, I had some things that tied into the end, but overall, I was just like, I don't know, it'd be fun if we did this week, and it was fun. Really? It was a little stressful at the time because I didn't have ideas, but I have so many ideas now for like this campaign that I'm like, I'm not going to run out of something. Yeah. So, but there was a couple of points on Fallout 0. I was like, we're just in the middle of fucking nowhere, and I don't know how to make this game fun.
Honestly, it was always fun. I very rarely was there ever a session I was like, I'm not vibing with this.
The 2 times where I'm like, I tried to cook really hard were when you guys got blowed up and TPK'd, and then you guys were all destroyed, and then that like sniper had like you guys pinned down. That was like the most I ever prepared for that campaign. I was like, I've got the next 3 games planned out, and I have this whole thing that we're gonna do. And then the other time was when you guys went to that vault that had that big underwater creature in it.
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason?
That was the other time that I had planned out the game a while, and then Vault 0, the end of the game. But everything else, it was like the week leading up. I'm like, blah, 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 and I wrote something up, and I was like, there.
Slapped.
The one,
it feels good. It's a lot of fun. It's one of those things where you have a DM that understands the universe, so you could really go anywhere, and they understand enough that if you opened another door to something, they understand the core material enough to make something up that's within theme.
I appreciate that. That's something that I was hoping for, that I was anxious about, but I appreciate you saying that. The last thing, I know we're at time, but the last thing is what?
I think overtime.
We're over time?
Yeah,
Son of a bitch.
We're probably maybe like 4 or 5 minutes.
Well, the last thing I'm going to say is that the one time where I planned fucking nothing and just had literally an idea in my head, I had nothing written down, was the game where you guys went to Colorado and that thing was hunting you. I was like, I have an idea, I'll just play it out. It was one of my favorite games that we ever played, and I was like, that was fun.
Yeah, you can cook.
That was fun. I can make a campaign out of this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll see you guys in the bonus episode.